After playing with my Red Magic 8s Pro for about a year and 9 Pro for about half a year, I finally decided to try out the 120 FPS option. Main reasons I didn't use it before are that I was worried that it would just consume too much battery and overheat the phone, considering that whenever I play most of the time I screen record because I have videos to make. And also, I just did not feel the need because I was performing well as is, and kind of thought that maybe not all of the viewers have the option of playing on the 120. And so, what changed? I was having some really bad lobbies for the last 2 weeks, and also noticed how I would end up being matched with or against players from higher end of the leaderboard, and my teammates often were just bad. And then I remembered that when I watch videos from other YouTubers, I often see the 120 FPS written on the bottom screen. And so basically, even though here it says that I can use the 120 option on the Ultra, but the note only appears when I go to the frame rate adjustment and click it there. And so out of frustration, honestly, I finally gave in and started playing last night on 120. And these are the results of me using the 120 FPS for the first time. I played 5 games last night. And there is one defeat, as you can see, but I played in a 5 stack and the enemy team was just very powerful. However, the very last match I played against David Jones, who is a very strong player, top 30 leaderboard in Europe at the moment. Meanwhile, I had fallen out and my desperate attempts to get back led to the 120 usage. And well, sometimes I play with him, then I usually underperform and he does very well, and I did not expect much, but it was the final test to the 120. And the said 120, it just makes everything feel like I'm playing a different game entirely. At first I even had to adjust to the smoothness because it just makes me feel like I cannot lose, but then I still start getting killed and I have to focus, and basically I had to learn to play on the better frame rate situation. But I quickly did, and it really makes it seem that the enemies were just slow. Now, I will just show gameplay, but overall my review would be that 120 FPS is just, it hits absolutely different. I did not expect such a drastic change. I must highlight that I opted to use the Red Magic 8 as Pro because there is one simple difference. Even though Red Magic 9 has better processing, so it is smoother even without the 120, but not as smooth as this one on 120 of course, but it does heat up faster, and so I just play with the cooler, and I decided to first try it out on the Red Magic 8s. A problem that I encountered is that when I'm editing parts of the gameplay footage on KineMaster app, it simply gives a bit of a glitch between like different scenes, because I think it just cannot process the 120 capacity. But overall it made everything feel absolutely different. And well, tonight I plan to get back to the bot using the 120 FPS option, and frankly, I'm not sure how I missed it for a year, because I had so many matches where I would just suffer because teammates were underperforming, and with this setting I can just do quite notably better, I would say. And frankly, whenever you see pros playing, they are probably playing on the best settings as well, which gives them a notable edge. Now, is it good in the lobbies? Well, it kind of feels like just having a huge advantage that not all players may have. But, I mean, I'm still thinking that at the moment in the current meta situation, I just don't see like I have an option. Like, either I play as I did and I lose because my teammates cannot do well, or I simply up the frame rate and start dominating even more. Or maybe I'll end up like doing a mix of the frame rates. And now I also want to experiment with my Red Magic 9S Pro, because yeah, I forgot to highlight, I did not notice any additional battery usage consumption, any overheat. That would be like extra overheat. And even though I'm screen recording, there were absolutely no issues with the phone. Like, it can just perfectly handle the 120 FPS. The only difference is that everything is lots smoother. So it was completely another thing from what I expected it to be. And yeah, so this discovery, it is already leading me to just performing better because my frame rate is better. And when you see like pro players, they are, like I said, most likely playing on the 120 as well. Now, what do you think about this frame rate? If you've tried it as well, you should really let me know in the comments overall opinion, your experiences. And I mean, earlier I played on Samsung Galaxy S10, I believe, or it was like 10 something, well, just the middle option of the Samsung Galaxy. And at first it was super smooth, but later it was super slow. And I think it only has the FPS option of 60. So just changing to that Magic device without the 120, it was already a huge difference to me. And now I discovered another huge difference. So I was really frustrated last 2 weeks because, like I said, like I showed, I was having absolutely atrocious, horrible lobbies. And this discovery that many good players, they probably knew it for like a year, even more. But it made me quite cheerful, I would say. And like, it will make my suffering a bit less, not difficult, severe, yeah.